Hello, my name is Coach Hairston. I'm the defensive coordinator at Lakeside School here in Seattle. Today we're going to talk about our base coverage versus 10 personnel in even formations or even sets, which is quarters. We call our quarters coverage wheels due to the fact that cars have 4 wheels, so we believe it's easier for our student athletes to identify wheels having 4 and quarters coverage and put them together. First off, we'd like to go over our alignment and assignment rules and our formational stuff. We are a 4-2-5 defense, and the way we want to line up formationally every time is we put our corners at 5 yards, and they're 1 yard outside of the widest wide receiver. So all the corners are always going to line up 5 by 1. Our safeties are all playing at the beginning or pre-snap, flat-footed at 8 yards deep. At 8 yards deep, and again, our corners are 5 by 1. Our linebackers are also 5 yards deep with their heels on the line. And then the way we adjust our secondary with our 3 safeties is we have a free safety, a rover safety, and a hawk safety. So it allows us to roll to one side of the field or not. We like to roll to throwing strength, or we like to roll to the field. So we'll just assume that the field is this way right now. We're going to roll our hawk safety down. He becomes what we call our apex player, and that means he is the point of attack from 5 yards deep, from the last man on the line of scrimmage to the slot receiver. He lines up in the middle of them and becomes an apex player. So our hawk safety would roll down in this formation to 5 yards deep. And then what we would do is we would widen our wheel, and he would become our weak side apex player. And he would be 5 yards deep, and he would be in the middle of the last man on the line of scrimmage and the slot receiver. We do this because we believe it helps us fight RPO as well as get those guys ready to be in the run fit. So now our rules when we move these guys is they're going to be on the hashes. So our rover safety would move to the hash, and our free safety would be on the hash. So now this leaves us with what we call a 4-1 box. We like our odds there. That's why we're in quarters coverage, because we want to try to make sure we keep our safeties available to be in the run fit, so it doesn't let us be completely outnumbered even though we're a little bit out of the box. So our rules that we play with these guys that we tell them is we want to have eyes on people that are far away from us that can hurt us fast. So our rules is we want to cover anything vertical. As we know, in any zone coverage, it becomes man if you run with the guy for long enough. So what we tell them is our rules for that is the corner will be looking at number 2 and the safety will be reading number 1. And if the person you're reading does anything besides run directly to you, you're assuming the guy in front of you is a vertical threat. We define a vertical threat by anything deeper than 5 yards. So if anything passes or gets to the middle linebacker's depth or the apex player's depth, we consider that a vertical threat, and that's now your guy. So we're responsible for deep quarters, and we're tagging or following or squeezing any vertical threat that's deeper than 5 yards. We're going to squeeze those things and contain and communicate everything across. Our apex players are going to then be responsible. We refer to these guys as in, out, or on. You're either inside the hash, you're on the hash, or you're outside the hash by 2 yards. So that's a 12-yard drop, and we're 12 by 2 on that drop, so we are 12 yards deep. And then we are 2 yards either inside the hash or outside the hash, and we're on. So it's 12 by 2 is what we call that. And then the apex player is going to also be 12 by 2. And our Mike is our hole dropper, where he's just going to drop back for 12 yards and look for work. That's our basic wheels coverage as we run it at Lakeside School. Thank you very much for your time.